F1 is back.
100%.
We are back.
And we are back.
By popular demand, eh? I don't know about popular,
Not
eh?
popular.
I think we're still doing like, what, 7 views, bro? Like,
Yeah, and 3 of them are like us.
exactly.
No, we're growing slowly, but
Slowly?
surely. Yeah.
I mean, we're on like the 3rd episode, eh?
Yeah, I mean, you can't expect much
Yeah,
from
you can't
just 3
expect much.
episodes. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good, we're working, we're trying,
Yeah,
putting in the hours.
we're trying. We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
Episode 3. Boom, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm here.
I'm here
Mr.
too.
Ntokozo. I'm not alone. I'm going with Mr.
Mr. Keenan, it is good to be back. Always feels comfortable when you're back on an F1 podcast, eh?
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, it's always gonna be fun.
Oh,
Man, we
yeah.
gotta start somewhere. Eh? It's been hectic here in KZN. It's been hectic.
Shout out to anyone that's experienced any difficulties
Yeah.
during floods. Our condolences go out to you if you've lost any loved ones.
Yeah, man.
It's been troubling times.
Sure, it's been difficult. It's been
Yeah.
very, very difficult.
And the worst part is we didn't even have Formula One this weekend.
So we were stuck.
We were stuck with just rain.
We were stuck, eh? We were stuck. But yeah, man, I echo what you're saying, man. Which basically meant that we couldn't record, eh?
Yeah.
Our 3rd episode was supposed to come last week, but
Yeah.
it didn't, eh? But hey, we're back. We're here.
With a
and
recap episode, catch-up episode going
yeah,
on.
ne? Yeah. It's been some time now.
3rd episode and we're already behind schedule.
We already have issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, some of these things are beyond our control. But yeah, so maybe you've seen on our YouTube channel, there was Sport One with the Lekker Entertainment. You'll see that Divine Juice is one of our sponsors. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring it, but we have coffee and tea that we're drinking. So that's as good as Divine Juice. So
Okay.
I'm a coffee snob. I'm just heating. There's a guy called the Coffee Snob.
Yeah.
Check him out on Instagram.
On Instagram, at the Coffee Snob, I think it's.
Ne?
We'll put a link in the description.
Yeah.
Make sure to check it out.
Make sure that you check him out. He goes around checking out
reviewing
coffee.
coffee shops in the KZN area, and could be a potential host soon.
Yeah, man.
If
He
ever
must
frees
come.
up time for us.
He must come. He must definitely
We'll
come.
bribe
man.
him with this. We'll tell him.
He must definitely come, bro. He must definitely come. So make sure that you check him out, and just make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment. Leave your comments, man. And we know we might be doing 7 views, but you never know where it's gonna go. So
Those 7 people could be curious. You never
Dude,
know.
I'm
Ask us
telling you.
questions in the comments. We'll answer them.
Yeah, definitely. Man, there's a lot to cover.
Yeah.
There's a lot to cover, but we're gonna try and see what we can do with what we have. But first things first, man. Australia. What did you think?
Yeah, no, it was a good race. Albert Park, always a good one. I have to say, Australia, home of Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah.
It's just good to see him in the points finally.
Yeah.
Him and Norris, they weren't up there, but they're in the points. It's slow progress. McLaren have been struggling for so long. It's just any progress is good progress for them at this point.
But at least it was a good race, eh?
It was, shout out to Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
Lap 2 and he's retiring.
Hey, man.
That's a bad
Hey,
one. You don't want that to
man.
happen. It does discourage the Ferrari owners
Yeah,
a bit,
ne?
I think.
Yeah.
But a bit unfortunate for him. Who else? We had Vettel. Vettel. No, he was struggling the whole weekend.
That guy is struggling. He's really, really
to be
struggling.
fair, he didn't have many practice laps. I think he struggled in qualifying as well. His car was giving him problems.
Yeah.
So he didn't have a lot of practice at the circuit.
I gotta say, the one thing for me that was strange was the time zones, eh? Because the practice will happen. You wake up like, okay,
You
that's
wake-
happened. And then you like sleep and then you wake up. It's
Yeah.
like, it was very strange,
So
eh?
I didn't even watch the race live.
What did you watch, eh?
Yeah, I had to go.
Did you watch the highlights?
No, I didn't.
Did you watch the highlights?
No. So F1 TV.
Yeah.
So my neighbor has F1 TV, so he
Okay.
was also busy in the morning. Didn't get to watch
Sure.
it live. So around like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock later that
Yeah.
day, put the race on. We watched it. So I still got to watch the race. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not the same watching it.
Yeah.
the
Oh, it's
recording.
different.
Yeah, but time zone. Hey, I don't like when the races are 8 in the morning. It's just weird.
It was strange.
It is strange.
And the
yeah.
time zones and it was just
It is
hectic,
weird,
eh?
But yeah, Yeah, shame. Sebastian Vettel, he didn't make it out of the race. He had to retire his car. What was it? I think like lap 20 something.
Yes.
I think. Yeah, just losing a bit of grip there. Same with
A lot
Carlos Sainz,
happened,
actually. He also, just took a turn a bit wide, caught the grass. Grass was wet, car went out of control.
Yeah,
couldn't manage.
bro, it's hectic, eh?
Yeah.
It looks like we might have a lot of DNFs this season. It looks like it. I don't know.
It's looking like it so far. I mean, it's
Yeah,
only third
bro.
race in. You can't really judge much, but I don't think we've gone a race without no DNFs. so
Yeah,
far.
true.
But yeah, hey,
Nothing so far,
obviously,
eh?
you must be on top of the moon. Charles Leclerc, your boy,
Ooh,
winning again.
boom.
What do you? Let me hear what a Ferrari fan feels about winning.
Bro,
like,
I'm telling
races
you,
now.
if anything red wins, I'm there, you know.
Anything red, I can back that.
If anything red wins, man. And I don't think there's much to say. I mean, they're just fast. I think they put in the
They're
work.
so far. It's not even the case of like so. Obviously, what's his old Max Verstappen didn't make it out the race either.
Not a good start to the season.
Yeah, and it wasn't a case of bad driving even. The car, unfortunately, it just kind of gave up on him. He was smelling weird fluids. He
Yes,
said
yes.
potentially a petrol leak.
Sure.
So he just stopped the car, and good thing he did because I was watching the race and he stops the car. There's smoke. He gets out. The marshals come and then they had a shot off the back and there's
Yeah,
fire and everything.
yeah.
So
At least it's safe, eh?
yeah,
At least it's
you
safe.
don't want to think about what happened if he carried on driving.
Yeah, I know you're a Red Bull fan, so it must be.
It's not.
And when you look at the points, my man, the Reds
He's on
are.
like 25 only. and
Yeah,
What, Leclerc's on 75. So.
yeah. It's
Hey,
a
but
big
Perez
gap, but
has found pace, eh?
Yeah, I
Perez
know,
is
eh?
not backing down. And
Yeah.
last season, after Abu Dhabi, the last race, they were interviewing all the drivers, and
Yeah.
then they interviewed Perez because he was doing such a good defending during that race and everything. And he even said like, no, 2022, I'm not. Like, obviously, he's going to be a team driver, but
Yeah.
I'm not a second driver.
Yeah.
He said,
He
I'm there
wants
to win
to be-
championships as well. Like, he's in a good car for, like, such a long time in his
yeah.
driving career.
But you gotta say, I mean, the guy puts in the work. Also, I have to
No,
say,
he's just
I mean,
it's just, for him, Sergio Perez and Sainz, I like those two because they've got that experience factor. Even Vettel,
Yes, yes.
They're just such solid drivers. But yeah, no, so Leclerc, he took it away again.
yeah, I mean, I gotta say, I was talking to a guy yesterday that does soccer on our channel, and if you look at the PSL in South Africa, the Mamelodi
Talk to me
Sundowns,
about
it's just like
PSL
keep on
again.
winning.
Yeah.
It's getting to a point where you're like, you know what, this is kind of like boring now.
Yeah.
But it looks like in the
That's the
F1,
thing.
it's changing. Hey, like the guys are just like, they're like there. Hey.
Yeah, it is. It is interesting to see, like, to say what would have happened if Verstappen didn't crash. But then again, like, I have to admit, the Ferraris are quick.
We are quick.
They're so quick. You're saying we like you made the car.
I made the car. Come on. Yeah.
They're just so quick. I think so. Even when there was a safety car, Verstappen was still in the race. Leclerc is leading. Verstappen's right behind, and then it's green flag and go.
Yeah.
Leclerc got such a bad start, and
Yeah,
Verstappen
true.
could have because they.
True.
It was like one turn, and then it was on the long straight. And
Yeah.
Verstappen had the chance to take him. He couldn't. He just didn't have the pace. So that's like a prime example for me to say. Even
Yeah.
if he didn't crash, I think Leclerc still would have taken it away.
Do you think maybe it's too early to say Red Bull is choking a bit? You still think that it might be still too early to the season?
The fan in me wants to say no, they've got this, but like,
Reality?
but also it's very 50-50 from my side because you're only on the third race, so you don't. It's new cars. All the mechanics are still
Sure.
trying to figure out the new cars, the
Sure.
new mechanics,
Yeah.
all the fine details.
Yeah.
But and then on the other hand, it's like you're such a big team. You have so many mechanics in your garage, and you're still battling with the same issues, powertrains,
Yeah,
power
nah.
units all over again each race. So it's, I think I'd say I want to wait up until race 5 or 6. If they
Yeah.
don't start, if they don't start winning
Or picking
from
up
the next race,
Yeah.
your championship title is going to go just straight to Leclerc.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight.
Yeah.
It's gonna
But
be
also,
tight.
I think leading into next race, Italy,
That's gonna be
Ferrari's
exciting, eh?
stomping ground.
Yeah.
That is their domain.
Yeah.
You don't touch them at Italy. So now you go from, Red Bull need to win the next race. Oh, where's the next race? Italy.
Because Max won the last one in Italy, isn't it? I think he did.
He did,
Yeah,
but the Ferraris were. That's the thing. The Ferraris, all of us. It's like Hamilton at Silverstone. You know, it's just
you never
have
know,
your
eh?
track.
You never know.
Each drivers have their track.
And what do you think of George Russell? I mean, did he pick up like second?
You know, it's good that the Mercedes are finally finding their feet.
Yeah.
You know, I think they were choking for it a bit because
he got third and then Lewis got fourth.
But then that's the thing. So it does look good on paper, but if you think about it, normally Verstappen and Carlos Sainz would have finished above them. So he would have only come.
We'll see
George
what happens.
would have only come fifth. Hamilton would have only come sixth,
Yeah,
which is
we'll
what
see.
they've been finishing in. So they got a bit lucky, a bit fortunate, I'd say. But you know, it's still good. I like George in the points.
Yeah,
It's good that he's getting podiums. He can feel what it's like to be a Mercedes driver.
True.
Which is quite nice.
I gotta give it to Alex, eh? I mean, they're calling him now Alex Albon. They're calling him the tire whisper. I think that's
Something like that.
because he
went,
went like 57 laps or something like
It
this
was almost
without
the
changing.
whole race, basically.
Exactly.
And
you
then
know?
I think he got a free pit stop as well.
Is
Because
it?
there wasn't the. No, I'm not sure. But I know he went way long without.
Yeah, he went to be
without,
exact. I think he went like 57
No, it was
laps
crazy.
without. That's
He's
the
just-
whole race, you know.
basically.
And I mean, he picked up the point.
And
he
Albert
was
Park's not a slow track. You know, you wearing out those tires.
Yeah.
And he was gaining places. He was racing. He wasn't just sitting back. He
I'm
was,
still skeptical about him. With
I'm not skeptical about him as a driver. I'm
Yeah.
skeptical about his team. That's the thing. And I feel bad for them because Latifi, race after race, he's getting knocked, he's getting crashed.
He's just a bit unlucky.
He's
Eh?
costing them money.
He's just a bit
And
unlucky.
you don't want to be focusing on repairing your car. You want to be focused on upgrading your car.
What did you think? You know, I don't want to prolong the last race, but what do you think? You know, I read something that was on Twitter, obviously. You know, with the algorithms, once you Google F1, everything that
All
shows
you see is
every is
F1,
F1, right?
100%.
So I came across a tweet. Somebody was just saying that what do people think of, like, let's say, you know, the F2 drivers, whoever wins the F2 drivers is automatically by default get a seat on the F1, you know, an F1 seat. Because like Latifi, you know, like he's not doing well, so
That's the thing.
it'll
So
make sense
it
to
makes
say
sense to kind of substitute a
him
F2
for-
championship
exactly.
winner. We are, you know, it's like Premier League. You have Premier League, and then you have the division below, which is the Championship. And every season, the top three in the Championship get promoted, and the bottom three in the Premier League get demoted.
Yeah.
So you have a chance to climb up the ranks.
So you think the
So
same
I think
principle?
it could be implemented, but then at the same time, because the way that like it's a contract between the drivers. So you essentially it's like signing a soccer player onto your team. You're signing a contract. You're saying, listen, we have a seat open. We'll give you a 2-year contract. You sign. It's a signed contract. So if they do this whole moving up the ranks thing, they're gonna have to ban contracts completely.
Yeah,
And
because
then-
also I think sorry to interject, but like I think also what happens is that, you know, with if you look at like Haas for instance, you know, they got a Schumacher because of the money that he can bring in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So an F2 championship driver, what money would they actually bring in? Will the FIA be willing to invest the money? Because it might mean that they will, and I don't think they will. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tricky one, but it makes sense.
I don't know.
You know?
I haven't witnessed anything about the FIA being that stingy with money. I'd say. So yeah, it's an interesting idea. I think it has to be looked at in a lot more in depth because then, for me, it's like what happens to the top teams.
Yeah.
So. Okay, at the bottom teams, you could have people like Latifi getting kicked out and then F2 champion coming in. But then, like at the top team, because there's no contract situation, you could just hire and fire like that, and it's just not stable for the drivers.
Yeah,
I feel.
it was an interesting thought. When I read it, I was like, that's kind of interesting, eh? Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot that's happening
But
there.
speaking of driver contracts,
Yeah.
old Carlos Sainz
Ooh,
again.
bro.
Ferrari is just good news.
One
for
year,
you guys,
eh? Yeah.
I think
2024.
It's just good news for Formula One. Carlos Sainz, he's just like
It's
He's one of
interesting.
the drivers that you just gotta love. You know,
Yeah.
him, Daniel Ricciardo, give him the same vibes.
No, definitely.
But,
I think is yeah, I think is he deserves it.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Oh,
that's
yeah.
personally what I think. I think he deserves it till 2024. And the interesting thing, I read that and I was like, because there's big talks also of Kayalami, you know. And
Yes.
it just keeps on building
F1,
and building.
you must
and
come to
building.
South Africa. I'm calling you
Nah.
now.
Yeah.
Come to South Africa.
And the anticipation is basically that they're saying 2024, you know. So
Yeah. So they were looking at the reason why it's 2024 is just apparently they've got a few like
upgrades
for the track.
Yeah. Because it's gotta be a grade one.
It's like safety barriers, and then I think widening some of the corners, 'cause new cars and everything.
Yeah.
But come to South Africa, please, F1. We want you here.
Yo, I think the excitement that will happen, bro, when
100%.
that announcement happened. You saw what happens with Las Vegas. Everybody was just like excited.
And the Miami race.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
my word!
Yeah,
It's
I saw
just-
Sergio driving around, and
yeah,
it's quite interesting, eh?
But yeah, you're on the topic of racetracks. Monaco. Bad news about Monaco.
Yes, you were telling me off air, man. What's
Yeah.
happening with that?
So it's rumors so far,
Yeah.
but Monaco might not be in the race calendar anymore. The track is outdated, they say, which is, to be fair, it's been there since the 50s. So it's one of the, I think, if not the oldest track in the Formula One circuit.
Yeah.
But yeah. Monaco is like synonymous with Formula One. You can't have one without the other. You say Monaco, and the first thing you think of is Formula One. the race.
Exactly.
Come on now.
Exactly. Thank you. You know?
Most Formula, like if you don't even watch Formula One,
You know Monaco.
You know Monaco is a track.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
But
You
at the
know?
same time, Monaco
Yeah.
is so small, it's so tight, and these cars are big and they're wide and they race close together now. So it's just getting outdated year after year.
And I think also with Monaco, what happens is the vibe. You get what I'm saying? Like, the vibe is so nice
Yeah.
that every driver literally wants to get. I mean, it's been there for a while, so
Yeah.
it's not as exciting as Las Vegas, but I mean, just the vibe and everything else. And I think, you know, if you look at Monaco as they are, I came across an article also reading that, you know, it's they base on like tax and everything like this, and the money that they pull through F1 is basically a huge contributor to their GDP and things like that, you know. So I think they will pull one out the bag and say, all right, cool, we'll update this and we'll make sure that, you know, you never know.
It's going to be difficult because it's not a track, it's a street circuit.
Yes,
so
exactly.
If you're going to upgrade it, you get like... You're just knocking down buildings
Exactly,
on street corners to make the turn a bit wider for Verstappen to come through.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
the reason is because the cars are just big, or
it's kind of all of that. It's like the track, because it's always been that Monaco, whoever's in front, good luck overtaking him basically.
Yes,
It's just, there's not a lot of room for overtaking.
Yeah.
And now they're all Albert Park. They already made changes to that track because of the new car. Some of the turns were too sharp, so they widened it. They got rid of one of the chicanes, added a new DRS zone.
Yeah.
The type of racing we have in 2022 is faster, closer racing.
Yeah.
And Monaco doesn't allow for fast, close racing.
close racing.
Not at all. I mean...
Yeah, but hopefully something will happen and they'll pull on the bag or something. You know, they gotta do something, because, like you say, you can't say F1 and not say
have
Monaco.
That's
bro,
but
it's like crazy.
It's for me. It's like also bittersweet, because if they take away Monaco, that's more reason for Kayalami to get in the mix, because now it's another spot open. And then also, I don't know if you heard about Saudi Arabia.
What's happening?
They might be hosting another race later this season.
So now, how many are they gonna have?
They'll have two. So I don't think it's going to be every year, but because there's a gap open with Russia.
Oh, yes.
So I think that's where they're going to fill in. But I remember, I think F1 even posted, they're saying Saudi Arabia to host another F1 race. But I mean, they did such a great job.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice.
I wouldn't
it's nice.
mind watching.
But I have to say, you know, F1 is a wild world sport. So just having it or two races in one place. I mean, for me personally, this is only a personal opinion.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta have it across board. I mean, also not even having it in Africa. It's just like,
that's
dude,
the thing.
why?
It's in every continent
except Africa.
Yeah.
You know, so it'll make much sense. You know, and but anyway, you know, going into the next race.
Italy.
What do you think? What do you think is going to happen?
Ferrari. That's all I can say.
Yeah, okay. You think Ferrari is going to win?
So I'm excited to see the McLarens kind of starting to go up a bit more. I wouldn't be too surprised if they take one of the Mercedes, to be honest. Lando Norris might, challenge Hamilton once or twice.
Okay.
Kevin Magnussen in the Haas, he might lock horns with 1 or 2 in top 10.
Think he might pick up some points?
I'm excited for him to get back up to top 10.
Yeah.
But looking at the top, man, there's so much hype around the Ferrari drivers. You go to Italy and that's just their thing.
Yeah,
They walk around and they're kings in Italy.
It's like Red Bull when they go to...
I know what you're talking about.
I forgot their racetrack, man. Like, it's like their home.
Yeah.
Or like Lewis Hamilton going to Silverstone.
Exactly. Or even Charles Leclerc going to Monaco. Because he comes from Monaco.
Yes. He grew up there.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, he grew up in the streets, man.
Yeah, he literally grew up in Monaco. So, I mean, there's just... when it's like you have your home races and then you also have your constructor kind of home races. And for Ferrari, Italy is just their race.
It is their race, eh? Yeah. Let's see what happens. But in terms of, like, let's say P1, who's going to get it? Who do you think is going to get it?
Charles.
Okay, P2?
Max. And then Sainz.
This guy.
That's
okay,
the order. I'm telling you.
All right.
If it's Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz.
P4? Perez.
And
P5?
then you'll get...
P5?
You'll get Russell.
Okay, P6. Let's keep going.
Norris. Then
P7.
Hamilton.
Okay, P8. Daniel. Ricardo.
Kevin Magnussen.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
telling you, bro. Don't doubt the odds.
Okay, all right.
Then Daniel.
Okay.
So what are we on, like P9?
P9, I think we are.
P10. Alonso has to make a P10. Come on. Actually,
Ocon?
Swap Alonso and Kevin Magnussen. Put Alonso at like P8.
Okay.
Bring Daniel. Let him stay P9. Magnussen P10. And then I think midfield you'll see your Bottas, Ocon.
I still say again, as long as the Reds are in the front, I am quite happy.
So I hope just Red Bull can fix the issues, basically. And I think it's getting better because, I mean, first race or was the second race, were the race where Perez and Verstappen had to retire.
Yeah.
And then it's just been Verstappen bumming out since then. So slowly I feel like they're fixing their flaws. Because Perez's car, it was flying at Australia. It wasn't a single flaw at all.
Yeah, I think it'll be quite good to see, for them to fix their issues, right? I think it'll be also great to see Mercedes picking up and fixing their issues.
Yeah, you kind of feel bad for Mercedes at this point.
I don't think it's really about feeling bad. For me, it's more about creating that excitement, because, I mean, when Ferrari is so fast, in as much as I'm their fan, but to create that excitement.
You don't want to win, like it's boring.
Yeah,
dude, exactly,
That's
why I think last season everyone loved it so much, because you never knew who was going to win the race.
Yeah,
it was always, you get there, regardless of P1, P2, P3, because... it's just sometimes you have Max in P3 out of the start. He's just taking it into turn 1 and now all of a sudden he's first in the race. So it was just always, neck and neck.
Dude.
So I think that excitement, I agree.
Okay, cool. This is the race week. We have the predictions. And let's hope you get it right.
I mean, I don't know. I don't hope.
You're not an expert.
That's not what I want. That's what I think that happen.
Exactly. So
I want my Red Bulls to get up there,
let's hope Mr. K gets it right. And we're about to see. So check it out on Sunday. It's going to be an exciting one. It's in Italy. We're hoping the Reds are going to take it. It will just create that excitement, I think. But make sure that you like, subscribe, and make sure that you comment. Shout out to everyone that's watching us. We might be doing 7 views, but
7 views.
Shout out to 7 views.
7 of you.
Yes, shout out to 7 views. And I think the next episode, man, I know we don't have time now, but we must definitely do like a learning segment where we teach people about F1.
Any questions you have, ask us.
Definitely.
We'll try our best to answer it.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
And make sure to check out Coffee Snob.
Coffee Snob on Instagram. We'll put the link or the in the description below.
We'll definitely put it up.
He'll be
and again, condolences to everybody who passed away during the floods. And F1, we're out of here, man. Signing out.